Look over there, boys and girls. It's Clinton Smith, Galen Bargerstock, GCES with us. What are you guys? Are you actually looking over there?
Yeah, I was looking over there. Yeah.
Good to have you with us here this morning. We talked a little retirement and retirement savings, retirement investments, setting yourselves up for a successful, desired retirement. And today we want to focus in upon, we've talked a lot about federal employees and government. Let's talk about it from the angle of somebody who's worked for the state for a lot of years and what GCES can do to help those folks set up their retirement.
So everyone knows we started with federal employees. You know, we started mostly with postal employees. There's postal employees in every little town. And a lot of them, you know, federal employees have good benefits if they take advantage of them in the right way. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of the same thing with state where, you know, state employees still don't understand everything that they have. We still work with state employees before, but we're really starting to work with more state employees now. So if you're at the prison, at IUP, you know, if you work for anywhere that is a state, there's state reps, you know, even the senator's office, all of those people work for the state. So, you know, Galen has now, the ability to go through and help state employees as well. So we've started working on that recently, which is something we haven't done in the past.
Yeah.
I just spilled my drink again.
Jeez. PennDOT employees would also be in that grouping, and there's a large contingent of those as well. Galen, is it substantially different for employees of the state as opposed to employees of the federal government or in the private sector?
Yeah. There's a lot more options. Like the state pension has, you know, I would say somewhere between 12 and 16 different options you have to choose from when it comes down to how many different ways that you could pull your pension to leave on a legacy or, you know, survivor benefits. Mm-hmm. I think what Clinton's talking about, you know, the deferred comp plan is something that a state employee has available to them that they can fund in towards retirement. They're not getting matched, but it is an extra little oomph in a little savings account. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I can step in and help while a person's working, take over the account and manage it with them throughout their career. And when I get my eyes on it, say with a 45-year-old at the beginning, they're putting into that deferred comp plan. I already know what their pension's going to look like, what options they're going to take. And we already are going down the road towards mm-hmm. retirement. And we set it up, you know, earlier in life. There's more I can do.
Union employees from a state angle might belong to several different unions and might have their own separate contract arrangements as well, mm-hmm. and therefore separate investment options. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, every different type of pension plan, and that's where it kind of gets unique and kind of interesting for me. Federal, state, different, but the same. You know, it's somebody providing a benefit for their employees or the union for the workforce. But there are certain little, what do I want to say? Not nuances, but certain little things that they do different from anybody else that kind of makes the plan special and unique, like age ranges when they can pull money out. Some people can pull money out at 55, 56. You know, it really just depends on who's running your pension to what the special circumstances are you can do.
Yeah. Well, that from an investor standpoint or from an employee standpoint, Clinton, knowing that they have all kinds of different options is one thing. Being able to use those options to their best advantage is another, and that's where GCES comes in.
Yeah, and that's really, you know, we're here to help them take advantage of everything that they can possibly get for free. You know, all of these benefits and stuff are published annually, even with federal employees. And we work with companies that really look at them and say, hey, how do we beat that in the end? Mm-hmm. And being that Galen's a fiduciary, again, anything that we do has to be better than what you're already doing. And we have to prove that in the process. So being able to work with state employees, it's going to help them understand their benefits and everything. But in the end, that is really what we do, is mm-hmm. helping people understand better what they have and showing them the options available to them. Mm-hmm. We're not really ever out there selling stuff to people or selling the same thing to every single person, because the same thing doesn't fit for every single person. You know, you have your family, you have different situation with your children, you've been working longer, you put more or less into Social Security, and Galen's able to put all of those different pieces of the puzzle together for someone and say, hey, you might not know about this puzzle piece over here. Let's try this because you're mm-hmm. missing that in your plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really trying to fit with each individual person, figuring out the puzzle pieces.
So when you're personalizing that, sometimes somebody has worked for the state and maybe for one or two different agencies within the state might have different plans, different options available within those two agencies, or they might come from a private sector background and bring those retirement options with them. And so you've got what to an outsider or a non-professional, they would look at it, they would see three different puzzles there, and you're trying to make one picture. And that's where you have to come in and say, okay, well, this is what we can do with this and with that and over here with this, and pull it all together into one package for you. Yes?
Correct. Yeah. And old 401ks, people also have portable benefits like supplemental benefits, like cancer policies, disability policies that also they have if they leave their employer, most likely. So now we're dealing with those plans as well. One of the best companies for that kind of group plans for me right now is Allstate. Allstate kind of lumps everything in. If a person needs cover for disability, they have it. For cancer coverage, for major illness like heart attack, stroke, anything like that, covered, life insurance. So they really have all in one bubble an employee package that I really like. State and federal can get on the platform. Really, I can get anybody on the platform as long as I get the group approved and a signature.
Yeah, yeah. Do people actually plan their employment around the package that is out there for them?
Yeah. Especially like a state employee with certain time frames. Say you have to work until 20 years or 25 years. That is their goal, and then in their head, most likely they're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to get out of here. And then what are the rules? What am I allowed to do in the outside world? So
yeah. And someone might think, Clinton, that they have this much, and their financial advisor is telling them this is the big pile that you have amassed over your entire working career, and this is what you'll be able to retire on and use to fund your easy years.
Yeah.
But I think you could be tempted to look at that and say, well, I've got all that available to me. I'm sitting on Easy Street because all that's available to me now, the moment I retire.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Luckily, a lot of people have worked their whole lives to make that amount of money. So for the most part, in the couple years or the 15 or plus years that we've done this, we have seen where people retire and then spend their money all willy-nilly. That's what we'll call it. And that's fine. You can do that. It's your money. Would we recommend not doing that in the way that some clients have done it? Yes. As in, if you're reliant upon that income in your retirement, that's when you don't want to just spend it all willy-nilly, because you're just screwing yourself for the future. You know what I mean? A lot of people have worked their whole lives to save up that amount of money, and to all of a sudden have that amount of money available to them seems super exciting, but most people are doing stuff like paying off their houses or their cars, not, buying new teeth and, a wardrobe, it's stuff that they actually need or that are going to save them money later. So I think that we have had people do that in the past.
I've definitely had people get new teeth. Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you have this big pot for retirement, it's important for folks to understand that a proper allocation, because you'll pay penalties for withdrawing that stuff early too.
Yeah. I mean, most pension plans, like the federal government, if you're retiring at 57 and you have 30 years of service, they waive that 10% penalty from the IRS. So all of these pensions, with the early retirements are addressing that need to get the retirement money out sooner. But, at the end of the day, with Clinton saying, yeah, people do spend willy-nilly, but for the most part, people are very responsible, from what I've seen,
And if you have been responsible during your working career, you tend to want to be responsible through the rest of your life, because that's the habit that you've formed.
Divorce money is more fun to spend willy-nilly. I will say that. If you get a lot of money from a divorce,
money do you have?
I'm just saying that we've seen it, none yet, but divorce money seems like it would be more fun to spend.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do agree. When people are getting a divorce, that would be a lot more fun for them to spend.
Get the two of you in a certain mood when you get in
right?
here. Deep trouble.
It's an early Monday morning.
Okay, so as we get ready to wrap up the segment here in a few minutes, let's talk about what we've done here. A little bit of review. Federal employees you've been dealing with for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Now state employees, you can do some certain things with them too.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just, the deferred comp plan that people have out there. There's a lot of uncertainty about what they can do, and we can actually take over that deferred comp plan while somebody's working. And that would give a big boost of not just confidence, because once you understand one thing, we're going to teach you everything about the state pension. So it's a confidence booster, but it's also you have somebody on your side that's helping you.
Yeah.
And do they have more options available to them, or is it just managed better through you?
Just managed better through me.
Yeah.
There you go. And of course, for anybody in any work position where they are wrapping up a career or beginning a career and trying to map out a plan for them to map for their retirement, then that's where GCES comes in.
One of the things that we have seen a lot of recently is people that have a 401k or something from their previous employers. So although there is that law of 59.5, if the money is from a previous employer, you're able to take control of that too. So I know that there are definitely people out there right now that are listening to this that have had a new job for 1, 2, 3+ years, and they still have that 401k sitting at that old employer and they're not putting any money into it. If that applies to you, give us a call, 724-915-0000. All zeros at the end there. I'm not sure how many I put in there. Yeah, 4 or 5 zeros at the end. You'll get us.
You might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. But give us a call because we can help you take control of those old policies and help you start putting money back into them so that they continue to grow. And then you at least have control of them rather than leaving them at your old employer.
We are going to have to step away here in a couple of minutes. Galen, I wanted to ask you, because we're hearing a lot about this now, that stock market people that are invested heavily in the stock market, that there's been this bubble building up and it's about to burst. Is that true?
There's been a bubble bursting for 70 years. I mean, there's always expansion coming and coming and coming. But the truth is, goods and services are always going to be on demand. So it really depends on what sector of the market you're in to where a bubble would actually burst. So I don't really know exactly what I would say a comment on that, but I hope that it doesn't, is I guess the best I could, any of us could say, because we're all investing. We're all in that same boat, right?
Yeah. And when the crashes come, ride them out, because they're coming back.
There's always going to be adjustments. That's always going to be there. But at the end of the day, what we're investing is we are mutually investing in each other to succeed in life. So that we want to keep on going.
Absolutely. All right. So GCES, we'll give Clint another shot at that phone number.
Yeah. 724-915, let me think about this, 0000.
There you go.
Yeah, all zeros.
I knew you could do it on the second try.
Yeah. It only took me 15 years.
GCES, give them a call. Get yourself set up for your retirement years. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Just